Jujutsu Kaisen will end next month with only 5 chapters remaining. Attack on Titan has a new movie somehow. Oshi No Ko has been on a roll recently, and I got betrayed by a light novel. Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Anime. Are we on time? No. Are you surprised? No. Make sure to subscribe.
My god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
Yup, we are starting with this section today. Jujutsu Kaisen is about to end very soon, like next month soon. There won't be any manga spoilers here, by the way. According to mangaka Gege Akutami, try saying that 5 times fast. The series will end in 5 chapters. So on the 30th of September, if all goes to plan. And people were naturally shocked. I myself was at a loss for words, and I still am. I don't know how to feel about it. It was a bombshell revelation that dropped out of nowhere, which, to be fair, is classic Gege. I had so many questions. What about this plot point? Or what about that character? Will the ending conclude everything and everyone? Well, are 5 chapters enough for something like that? Would it be rushed? I didn't know, but then I realized, of course I didn't. How can I know if the ending is good or not without reading it? It hasn't come out yet. I can't form an opinion on something that doesn't exist. That makes sense, right? But then, how on earth did a sizable portion of the Jujutsu Kaisen fanbase come to the conclusion that the ending would be bad and or rushed? Why are there so many people who seem to think that the ending will ruin the story? What's going on here? Do they know something I don't? Of course not. It's just that Jujutsu Kaisen fans are the most miserable bunch of people on the internet currently. The spiritual successors to the AOT fanbase, if you will. I'm glad to report this video of mine continues to age wonderfully. Like I said in that video, the fanbase is filled with people who take themselves and their headcanons way too seriously. If the series strays away from their delusions, let's be honest, that's what they are. They start to hate it. A chunk of the Jujutsu Kaisen fanbase goes around looking for flaws. They want to dislike the show, which blows my mind. I guess in their mind, it's not their Jujutsu Kaisen anymore. It's not the same series as the one they had initially championed, and so they feel betrayed, I guess. Although, here's the problem with that. It was never theirs to begin with. They don't know more than the author about the story as much as they'd like to believe that they do. They don't. Anyway, that's enough psychoanalysis for today. Back to the topic at hand. We are watching in real time. Fans of a show hate an aspect of it that doesn't even exist. And if you don't see what's wrong with that, go back and listen to that sentence again. Fans are assuming that it will end badly. They are coming up with their own plot points in their own minds that, according to them, the series must address, despite the fact that many of these plot points are made up and aren't even a part of the story. Many of them have already made up their mind. Nothing the ending does will change their opinions. They think it's rushed and nothing will convince them otherwise. And these are the same people who said the manga was being dragged on for too long, by the way. Now, is it possible for the ending to be rushed and or inconclusive? Yes. Concluding a series as complex and dense as Jujutsu Kaisen is no simple task. It's very easy to mess up. The ending can very easily be bad. That's entirely within the realm of possibility. However, you need to read it in order to decide if it is. And again, you can't read it because it doesn't exist yet. Anyway, I am curious to see how Gege wraps it up. So far, 260 plus chapters in, he has given me zero reason to doubt him, so I won't. It is unfortunate. I do wish it went on for longer, but that's purely the selfish opinion of a long-term fan. I believe the person who knows this series the best is the man who decided to end it in 5 chapters, and I trust him. Also, I will cover the ending when it comes out. Attack on Titan has a new movie. The movie is new, but the content isn't. They are repackaging the last 2 episodes into a theatrical project, and guys, let's call a spade a spade. That is milking. The final season stuff was just poor naming, but that's milking right there. This is the 3rd time they have released this particular stretch stretch of the show. Originally, they dropped it as 2 long TV specials, then as regular length TV episodes, and now as a movie. It's a bit scummy, however it is harmless. The series is over, who cares if they make compilation films? Just don't watch it, it's not that difficult. Director Yuichiro Hayashi always intended for those episodes to be a single movie, so good for him. He did say that they improved and modified some stuff, but I wouldn't expect anything of note. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the improvements are just the Blu-ray versions of certain scenes. I highly doubt it will be anything substantial. I believe the entire AOT final season team has moved on to other stuff by now. So far, they haven't provided us with an international release date, and there might not even be one. It might be a Japan-only thing. But I will try to watch it.
I was acting, or was I?
Oshi No Ko has been popping off for a few weeks now with these over-the-top episodes. Over-the-top in a good way. The entire stage play thing has been quite entertaining to watch. Its depiction of acting is so exaggerated and over-the-top that you can't help but find it endearing. And that style is perfectly complemented by the production. The visuals are so good. Whether it's the meaningful, dynamic direction, the incredible stage/color design, Kanna Hirayama's breathtaking corrections, or Amoji's beautiful abstract animation, everything is close to perfect. This section looks so good. Now, I'll be honest, this is the most I've cared about this show since the first episode of season 1. I don't know, most of season 1 felt so uninteresting. I have to go back and rewatch some stuff to decide why. Anyway, this is good. Excited to see where it goes from here. Suicide Squad Isekai just ended. I didn't know it was so short. Overall, it was fine. It ended in an extremely unserious manner, which, to be fair, is the best thing it could have done. I was skeptical of it near the start, but it was nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. It was simply inoffensive, with the production undergoing wild ups and downs. Besides that, not much happened. Roshidere has been taking itself way too seriously with its student council arc. Trust me, no one cares who the council president is. Go back to being that silly cute rom-com. You're not Classroom of the Elite, mate.
Where's the rest of you?
The light novel Amagi Brilliant Park betrayed me. You might be familiar with that name. It has an anime adaptation produced by Kyoto Animation, which I'd recommend. It's fun. The novels are quite different. The anime basically takes the first of 8 volumes, expands it slightly, adds some stuff, and then concludes it then and there. The light novels are a lot broader in terms of its scope. Anyway, I read those 8 volumes and I enjoyed them quite a bit. They were fun. The characters were likable and charismatic. The comedy was on point. The conflict was conflicting. The character development was character developmenting. You get the idea. Now, when I started reading it, I was under the impression that it was completed. However, the 8th volume made it very clear that it wasn't. The series isn't over, and it will probably never get an ending because it's been on hiatus for, checks notes, 8 years. I don't think it's coming back, boys. And isn't that lovely? Getting invested in a story, spending several hours reading it, only to discover that it has effectively been discontinued. And this isn't the first time something like that has happened to me. I'm looking at you, Braves of the Six Flowers. How dare you end on a cliffhanger? It's quite common, unfortunately. It's a shame because the 8th volume was particularly interesting. It was a lot more explicit and bleak than the stuff that came before it. It is what it is. That's about it. Liked the video? Check out this other bit of content on screen. Like and subscribe, and until next time.